Want to welcome you to Kinsfather Field on this gorgeous Pacific Northwest day as the Penguins are getting set to take on the Linn-Benton Roadrunners. Yesterday was the start of the 6-game series that the Penguins will play this weekend. They swept the Chuckers in 2 games. The first game, the Penguins won by a score of 3-2. The Chuckers out of Treasure Valley, and the winning pitcher was Chance Nelson, who threw 8 innings, giving up 1 run, 2 walks, and the run was unearned, while Eli Fulton got the save. In Game 2, the Penguins won by a score of 5-4 in 10 innings. I have the starting lineups for you today as the Penguins get set to take on Linn-Benton. The starting lineups for Linn-Benton, batting first, is the center fielder Nick Schneider. Batting second, the shortstop, Austin Hamilton. In the third spot's the right fielder, Cameron Newell. Batting fourth is the designated hitter, Sean Curry. Batting fifth, the first baseman, Cody Jones. Batting sixth, the left fielder, Mark Allen. In the seventh spot is the second baseman, Logan Henry. Batting eighth is the catcher, Ken Norgard. And in the ninth spot is the third baseman, Marcus Brown. Pitching tonight for Linn-Benton is Michael Bradshaw. And finally, for the Penguins, the starting lineup is center fielder, Andy Breschers. Batting second, the shortstop, Joel Johnson. In the cleanup spot is the second baseman, Bud Corolla. Batting fourth is the catcher, Jordan Van Atta. In the fifth spot is the designated hitter, Nick Woods. In the sixth spot is first baseman, Drew Drurlick. Batting seventh is the left fielder, Casey Sawyer. Batting eighth, the third baseman, Connor Perry. And batting ninth is the right fielder, Michael Gonzalez. On the mound for the Penguins is Ryan Shockey. Stay tuned for the first pitch. The Penguins and Roadrunners are ready to get set here in the top half of the first at Kinsfather Field, located on Clark College's campus in Vancouver, Washington. The first pitch from Clark's pitcher, Ryan Shockey, is in for a strike. The batter is Nick Schneider, the center fielder. It is a breezy day here in the Northwest and late March as the second pitch comes in for a strike, and the count is 0-2 on Nick Schneider. Ryan Shockey nods to catcher Van Atta. Here comes the third pitch. It's outside, and the count is 1-3. And Shockey gets set from the windup. Here comes the pitch. It's fouled off, and the count remains the same at 1-3. 1-2. Okay. Ryan Shockey has pitched in 3 games. He has 2 game saves out of 9 innings pitched so far this non-league season. Here comes the pitch. It's a fouled back behind the plate. Shockey's given up 9 hits, 1 earned run. He's walked 3 batters, struck out 6, and has walked 2. And the 1-2 pitch is in, called strike 3, and Ryan starts things off with a strikeout.
Next batter, shortstop, number 1, Austin Hamilton.
The next batter is Austin Hamilton, the shortstop. He's a right-handed batter. Bends his knees, wags his bat around a little over his shoulder. Here comes the pitch from Shockey. It's a ground ball to the third baseman, Perry, who scoops it up, makes an easy toss to first in time for the second out of the inning. That will bring up right fielder Cameron Newell.
Next batter, right fielder, number 23, Cameron Newell.
Both teams going into this game are currently on a 5-game winning streak. The last time that Linn-Benton played was on March 10th because of bad weather. Here comes the pitch to Newell. It's on the outside corner for a strike. The count is 0-1. I was speaking with Linn-Benton's coach before the game, Greg Hawk, as the 0-1 pitch comes in. It's a ball. The count evens up at 1. The head coach, Hawk, was telling me that there's been a lot of snow in Albany, Oregon, where the college is located. The pitch is a looper into right center field for a base hit. And with 2 outs, Newell keeps Benton going with a single. Here comes the designated hitter, Sean Curry.
Number 8, Sean Curry.
As I was saying before, the Penguins' last game was yesterday against the Chuckers out of Treasure Valley Community College. They swept the Chuckers, and I look forward to playing 4 more games this weekend, 2 more tomorrow, against Chemeketa out of town. The pitch is a easy looper to the second baseman, Colora, who is there to make the catch, and that will end the inning. In the inning, Shockey struck out 1 batter, giving up 1 base hit. There were no runs given up, however, and no errors, and 1 man left. We go to the bottom half of the first. No score. Welcome back to Kinsbarther Field. We're in the bottom half of the first inning. In the top half of the first, Linn-Benton did not score any runs. The Penguins will send up center fielder Andy Brashears. Brashears is batting .313 on the season so far. The first pitch is in for a strike. Brashears is a right-handed batter. Taps his bat on the plate, gives it a whirl, gets ready. And the pitch comes in, it hits his back, and Brashears will take his base. It appears that he's okay. And that will bring up Joel Johnson, the shortstop.
Number 13, Joel Johnson.
The pitcher on the mound for Linn-Benton is Michael Bradshaw as the pitch comes in for a strike. On deck for the Penguins is Bud Colora. Sorry about that, Bud. Here comes the pitch from Bradshaw. He nods his head, brings it home. Joel Johnson tried to bunt, and he missed it, so the count is 0-2 on Johnson. Brashears has a fair lead off of first. And Jones is there to cover. Here comes the pitch. It's fouled off to the right. And the count remains the same, 0-2 on Johnson.
Please return all foul balls.
Johnson is a sophomore at Clark this year. He's batting .265 on this season. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. It's a breaking ball high, and Brashears will take advantage of the stealing the base as catcher Norgard mishandled the ball. And so now with no outs, there's 1 runner on second base, and Johnson has a 1-3 count. Here's the pitch. It's outside, and the count evens up at 2. The Penguins are coached by Don Freeman. It's his second year coaching, and the program is in its second year after returning from the 1990s. Here comes the pitch from Bradshaw, and it's a ball. The count is full on Johnson. Defensively, the Linn-Benton Roadrunners, on the mound is Bradshaw. Catching is Norgard. As the pitch is fouled off, the count remains the same. At first base, we have Jones. At second base is Henry. At shortstop is Hamilton, and at third is Brown. In left field is Mark Allen. In center field is Schneider, and in right field is Newell. Brashears has a big lead off of second as the pitch is fouled off again. This will be the 9th pitch that Bradshaw throws to Johnson. Johnson, the second man in the Penguins lineup. We're in the bottom of the first inning, no score. And Bradshaw kicks, delivers. It's a ground ball up the middle, and shortstop Hamilton grabs it, throws to first in time to get the runner as Brashears advances to third. So with 1 out, that will bring up Bud Corolla, the second baseman. Colora is a a left-handed batter. He holds the bat resting on his shoulders and is bumping up and down like a buoy on a wave with his knees as the pitch comes in for a strike. Count is 0-1. Here comes the pitch from Bradshaw. It's a breaking ball on the outside corner. Count is 1-1. Penguins currently have Andy Brashears at third, just 90 feet away from scoring with no outs. In the bottom of the first inning. Here comes the pitch to Colora, who hits a looper into shallow center field. It drops for a base hit, and in comes Andy Brushers to score, and the Penguins take an early lead, 1-0.
Base hit by Colora brings
Just
up
to
the catcher,
review
number
how the
24,
Penguins scored.
Jordan Van Atta.
It was Brushers who scored. He reached base by being hit by a pitch. Then he advanced to second base on a pass ball. And then Joel Johnson, who grounded out to short, moved Brushers over to third, and then off of Colora's single to shallow center field. That brought in Andy Brushers for the run. The first pitch to Jordan Van Atta is a ball. Jordan Van Atta is the catcher for Clark, game 1. Colora has about 2-foot lead off of first base, and Bradshaw brings it home. It's a strike right down the middle, a swing and a miss, and the count evens up at 1. Van Atta's batting .219 on the season so far. He has 7 hits. 3 of them are doubles, and he has 6 RBIs. The third pitch is in for a strike, and the count is 1-2. On deck for the Penguins is the designated hitter, Nick Woods. Breeze is blowing out to right field today, and the sun is breaking through a dense cloud covering. Corolla takes off for second, but the pitch is fouled off. He'll return to first, and the count remains the same, 1-2 on Jordan Van Atta. It's a nice fan turnout today at Kinsfather Field in Vancouver, Washington. A lot of people enjoying their Saturday in the Northwest on this rare sunny day. You know, it's spring, but just because it's spring everywhere else in the world doesn't mean that it's nice in the Northwest. The pitch is a looper into center right field, but it's caught by Schneider for the out. And so there are now 2 outs in the inning.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 23, Nick Woods.
And that will bring up the designated hitter, Nick Woods. He's the 5th man in the Penguins lineup. Nick Woods is a left-handed hitter. There are 2 outs with 1 man at first. That's Bud Corolla. And the Penguins are up by a score of 1-0 in the bottom of the first inning in Game 1 against Linn-Benton. He pitches in for a ball to Nick Woods. The count is 0-1. And Bradshaw brings it home. It does not appear to hit Nick Woods, but it is a pass ball, and so Corolla will take advantage of that and advance to second base. And the count is 1-1 on Nick Woods. The Penguins are coached by Don Freeman, who has an excellent resume. He has coached many USA baseball teams overseas. As Nick Woods sends one into deep right field, looking up is Newell, and the ball is over the fence.
Home run for Nick Woods.
Nick Woods homers for the Penguins, a 2-run home run, and they take a 3-0 lead over Linn-Benton in the first inning. Down the first base line, it is 318. And to dead center that looks like 380.
First baseman, number 22.
So somewhere between 318, I'd guess probably about 330 feet that Nick Woods just slugged that ball. Drew Derlick takes ball 1. Here comes the second pitch. It's on the outside. The count is 2-0. Here comes the pitch. It's a ground ball to the third baseman, Brown. He scoops it up, loops to first, and it's in time for the out. But the Penguins make an early splash with a 3-0 lead off of a 2-run blast to right field and a single by Bud Corolla, which scored Andy Breshers. We will return to the top of the second inning right after this.